The Stone and the Shepherd, the story of Patrick. Young Patrick lived on the edge of the Roman world, in Britannia. He was the son of a deacon, but faith felt distant and abstract, tucked away in scrolls and sermons. His world was salt spray, sheep pasture, and the certainty that tomorrow would be like today. That certainty shattered like glass one morning. Raiders, likely pirates from the north, swooped in. Patrick, barely 16, was snatched, thrust onto a cold ship, and pulled across the turbulent sea to a land he had only heard whispers of: Ireland. For 6 long years, he served a chieftain in the remote hills of County Mayo. His job was bleak, tending flocks in the frost and rain. Solitude became his keeper. He realized that the God his father spoke of might be the only company he had left. The years passed, marked by cold and quiet prayers. Patrick learned the rhythms of the land and the sounds of the local tongue. One night, a voice, a deep, resonant whisper only he could hear, broke through the silence. Your fasting has been rewarded. Prepare for your return. Soon after, he had a vivid dream. A figure, shining but serious, appeared. Victoricus, Patrick later called him. The figure directed him. Look, your ship is ready. This was the sign. Patrick knew, deep in his weary bones, that he must walk hundreds of miles south to the coast. Patrick left in secret, walking by moonlight, guided only by hope and the promise of the dream. He traveled through forests and across bogs, avoiding settlements. He was no longer just a slave. He was an escapee, fueled by desperate faith. After exhausting days, he found a port town and, as Victoricus promised, a ship bound for Gaul. The captain initially refused him, a runaway with no money. But Patrick stood firm, relying on that newfound spiritual strength. The captain relented, impressed by his conviction. Patrick returned to his family, studied, and became a cleric. But the silence of the Irish hills still echoed in his heart. Ireland, the place of his bondage, was also the place where he had found God. He couldn't shake the call. He heard the cries of the people in his dreams. Ordained as a bishop, Patrick finally returned to Ireland. It was a hostile land, governed by powerful druids and chieftains. His mission wasn't easy. It required tremendous courage to walk into the heart of a culture that had held him captive. He traveled across the island for decades, sharing a message of hope, not dominance. He showed them that the Spirit of God was already present in the beauty of their land and the strength of their people. Patrick, the slave, became Patrick, the shepherd of souls, leaving behind a legacy that changed a nation forever.